What's up, guys? Flash Frame here. And it's been an interesting day on YouTube. This was not exactly what I was expecting for my second podcast. You'll see I am alone today. Things are in production currently for the next actual Flash Shock podcast, which will be episode 3. But for episode 2, I wanted to discuss something that's actually been one of the reasons that Flash Shock episode 2, the original, what was originally going to be Flash Shock
complete.
episode 2, what's held it back, and that is fair use. As you can see, the title of this video is hashtag WTFU. Where's the fair use? Not too long ago, Doug Walker, pretty well-known YouTuber, best known as Nostalgic Critic, had several of his videos flagged and strikes brought against him on YouTube. This has been an ongoing thing for him. All the big channels get big strikes like this. It happens. But for a number of weeks, if not, I think even going on like 3 months, I think, Doug was unable to gain revenue from his videos. People such as Jim Sterling have encountered this. I believe James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd, has had copyright strikes brought against him before. And as a YouTube creator, I don't monetize my videos. And one of the reasons that I don't monetize my videos is there's a couple of reasons I don't monetize my videos. One, right now, this is a passion project for me. I do this for you guys. I do this to just share my views or what I'm doing with the world. And hey, if you guys like it, cool. I'm not out to make a buck on this, but I don't hold it against people who make their living on YouTube. I can't hold it against these people. This is the new frontier of content creation. And seeing okay, so we'll get into this in a minute, but let me structure this a little bit. So, what is fair use? Fair use is in the law books that anything that I can use copyrighted material for review purposes, education purposes, news purposes, parody, things of that nature fall under fair use. Now, I can't just take content and throw it up wholesale and make money off of it. That clearly that would be theft. But we're not talking about piracy. We're talking about taking and reviewing or bringing news. I mean, my news that I brought up in episode 1 about the Friday the 13th video game. If the creators wanted to come after me, they could come after me and flag my video, and there's nothing I could do about it. But one of the reasons that I don't monetize is to hopefully mitigate that kind of thing. I also endeavor to contact people that I use music from. My opening music, I've contacted the creator to okay if I can use music from their channel on my channel, things of that nature. Um, but even then, at the end of the day, if if whoever's got the current rights to Friday the 13th decided that they didn't like that remixed music that I've been using, they could flag me and I could fight it, but I'm just one person. Um, Now people like Doug Walker and Alpha Omega Sin and Jim Sterling and all these guys, they've got uh, MUNs, multi user networks, and channels behind them, but even they succumb. I mean, like I said earlier, Nostalgia Critic had his videos flagged for months, to the point that he could only post 15-minute videos because and couldn't pull any revenue. So we're in an interesting time in these online videos. We've got the situation where you have things like Sony trying to trademark the term "Let's Play." You've got the recent Fine Brothers situation where they were uh, trying to trademark React and their whole React to format. Um, and for years now, we've had big Hollywood corporations going after us little guys for content violations that aren't content violations. We're supposed to be protected by fair use. Um, and the reason for that is derivative content is important. Um, this goes all the way back into the current problems with the copyright system on the whole. I mean, the copyright system is fucked in the United States and really in the world. Um, even even Japan, which in a way has some of the better copyright law, um, in regards to companies don't really go after fan made comics and stuff like that. Even Japan gets kind of crazy. I mean, I've just been seeing some some information regarding a uh, where was it? Regarding a remixed Pokemon channel that just got flagged by the Pokemon Company and Nintendo, um, during Pokemon's 20th anniversary. Um, so it's oh, so yeah. As you heard the Skype beeps, I'm sure. I just have another friend of mine who's a YouTuber, that just informed me literally right now that as Nostalgia Critic and Alpha Omega Sin have done their uh, their videos on this, and I will link to those in the description. This is important stuff, and these guys, frankly, these guys know a little bit better than I do. They've been in the YouTube game longer, but my friend here. One second, I'm just clarifying with them. Just for disclosure, I want their okay to promote them and everything here. Uh, to let you guys know, they just got hit. 6 of their videos got claimed. Um, One of them has 18 different people claiming the same song. Uh, Fiaria the Tank Girl gamer, um, which does primarily um, World of Tanks, War Thunder games. A lot of my friends do gaming videos. I do some gaming videos too. Um, anyways, I'll be linking her channel in the description as well. Um, Fiaria just got hit with several um, takedowns. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's see. This is a very off the cuff thing because this thing has basically just happened, and I really wanted to get a. Uh, this is very impromptu. But this is all coming about today, really, and the word needs to get out on this, guys. We're supposed to be protected, and all right. So I'd like to welcome first time appearing in the Flash Shock podcast, Fiaria the Tank Girl. Let me go ahead and get this call set up here.
Hello?
Hey, Fiaria.
Almost.
Fiora, my bad. All right. Well, Fiora. All right. Of course, my webcam's not going to come up due to the recording software.
It's a podcast. I wouldn't suspect I would be visible anyway.
Taking care of it. Actually, it is with my format, but that's fine.
Oh.
Welcome to the Flash Shock podcast.
Hello.
Let me get the Skype capture up here. Oh, cute. It's doing that. This is very off the cuff because of the whole situation.
Yeah, it just ticked over midnight here, and I just got 40 emails from YouTube giving copyright claims on 6 different videos.
Jesus Christ. I am so sorry.
None of these videos published in the last 7 months. The earliest one is July of 21st of last year.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, okay, this is stupid.
That is,
None of these have even had views in like the last couple months. All of them are just old. Or first off, they're old videos from when I still had my old rig, so they're terrible quality.
They're terrible.
One of them is actually HD.
Oh my god.
And then on top of that, they don't even get as many views as I get daily now. They haven't even had as many views in their lifetime as I get every day now. And nobody has seen the closest one was somebody watched one of them for 10 minutes a month ago.
Wow. So this is actually one of the reasons that this is actually my second episode of the podcast. I had originally planned to do reviews on this podcast and everything, but this fair use situation is what's been holding me back. Because I don't monetize, but the last thing I need is to get my channel taken down just because I decided to use 15 minutes of some horror movie and, had 15 seconds of some horror movie and had the producers get pissed off at me or something,
Apparently on one of these videos I used the Imperial March according to the copyright claim for 22 seconds.
22 seconds and they flagged you for the Imperial March.
And monetized by copyright owner.
Who's does it tell you who?
Yeah, it tells me who. Which you're gonna love this one when I come.
I'm curious because who was this one? Because I know that a lot of these companies put out
SME on behalf of SMCMG.
That's not even anybody like connected to Disney or.
I know, right?
Like, so far as I know, because Disney would have all the rights to that, and even if we go far enough back, even if we go far enough back, it would still go to Lucasfilm, and none of that is connected to Lucasfilm.
You're gonna love this.
What have we got?
So on one of these videos, according to them, I play the music composition Warrior for a total of 1 minute and 29 seconds. It is claimed by 18 different people.
How can
Wait for
18
it.
entities?
Wait for it. So I went and looked up Warrior.
Okay.
And Warrior is this grand orchestra that's kind of warped into dubstep.
Okay. Did
Are
you?
you ready for the actual song?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to turn up my speaker so it gets picked up on the mic.
All right.
Does that sound like that's Kesha?
Yeah. What the fuck? That's not even. So now.
To file a dispute, I would have to file an individual dispute with all 17 of these copyright claims.
Which may hang up your channel in regards to what other claims you could make, what other counterclaims you could make.
I would have to make, to be safe, I would have to make 2 at a time over the course of 6.5 months to get every one of them out.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing, though. I can't even download these videos anymore to edit out the copyrighted material and re-upload.
What?
Yeah. I can download any of my other videos. They're all fine. But because these have copyright claims on them, the option to download has been removed. I made the video. I created the content. I can't download and edit it anymore. In order for me to edit this now, I would have to sit down, do a screen capture, and play the entire thing front to back, and then edit that screen capture. Which is going to not have the original sound files in it. And I'm going to have to isolate those sound files through 2 different programs in order to be able to re-upload and still keep the sound I want.
Right, which is a much, much more pain in the ass process.
Whereas if I could just download these videos, since they were made with Premiere Pro, I could plug them into Premiere Pro and it would re-isolate everything for me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is
crazy.
This is ridiculous. So this is what I did. I went through all 6 of these videos and I just made them private.
Okay. Let me roll back and tell you there is an issue even with doing that. Because there's a YouTuber that I follow named Blue Drake 42. He does a lot of like squad, Project Reality, Battlefield 2 stuff, lots of war game stuff. He had an entire page of videos flagged that he hadn't even put up yet. They were scheduled to go up and were set to private. Like he had them set to timed to go up at specific times. They somehow got flagged without actually being published.
I don't mind them being flagged right now. I mean, they were getting no views anyway for months. They're just up because, you know, it's part of... 4 of them are part of a series.
Part of the old capture.
They're part of a series called Raw Tankery, in which they're RNG videos about World of Tanks. That's all they are. So I went, you know what? Nobody's viewed these in months. Just make them private. Nobody gets any money now.
Nobody cares. Yeah.
Nobody gets any money now. When they come across the playlist, it'll just say the video's been made private. The problem being, of course, that the first 3 videos in my Raw Tankery playlist are now all private.
Right, which is definitely a pain.
And I'm stuck with it. Like, I would literally... I'm going to count up the number of claims here, but I think I would be fighting claims literally on these 6 videos alone for the next several years. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one. 5 on that. 1 more on that one. Oh. Wait. This is rich. This is absolutely the richest one of them all.
What do you got?
So this, according to them, is claimed by Warner Campbell as Raiders of the Lost Ark. Are you ready?
Let's hear it. What the fuck?
That is
Yakety Sax,
which is in the YouTube free audio library.
Wow. Well, you'll definitely be able to win that one.
They claimed that.
Wow. I'm honestly speechless that was claimed, because that's fucking Yakety Sax.
But all total, I have 47 copyright claims.
That
At
just showed
2
up. Did
claims
these
at
just
a-
show up today?
They all showed up today.
What the fuck?
At 2 per 30 days. Okay?
Oh my god.
That will take 1 year, 11 months, and 18 days to process all of them.
I mean, the worst that I've gotten is when I was doing some Fishing Planet stuff and playing Jaws in the background. Like,
Yeah, and
they yelled at me on Twitch and were like, yeah, so we can't play this audio because you're playing Jaws in the background. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
And the thing is, I would take them down happily, remove the copyrighted audio, no questions asked, just to get it off my channel, just to not have to deal with it. And then I would re-upload the video, and I would even tell people it's a re-upload because I got copyright claimed for such and such.
Right.
And I would have no issue with it because my videos aren't about the music in the videos.
No, your videos are about the gameplay or whatever, you're discussing. I've watched a good few of your videos, and it's usually about, 40K or whatever game you're playing at the time, or just...
And there was a series I wanted to do on Tropico 5, and I canceled it. Because the first 2 videos I uploaded within 24 hours had copyright claims on them for the music in the game. And since even if I cut the volume of the music to 0, the game audio file still played, it still got picked up by recording software as playing. So even with the music
it's
cut down
catching
to 0,
it as embedded, right?
So they say the music's in there, and I'm like, no, it's not. There's no music
There's
here
no
at all.
audio, yeah.
But because you don't have an option just to cut it off completely, even turning the volume down to 0 still plays the music files. So Tropico is completely useless for Let's Plays or for putting it up. And I'm like, well, I can't use it. I just can't use the game at all.
Yeah, which of course then cuts into the content you can create. And this is one of the reasons fair use is so important. And the fact that the system is so stacked against us as creators it's bullshit.
I'm gonna point out that the video that has 18 different people claiming it has only made $3.22 over its lifetime.
What do they think they're gonna get?
With
is it
18 different people claiming it? One person claiming it twice, if you want to count the total of 19 claims. Yeah, one person claimed it. With 18 people claiming it at $3.24, they literally are splitting like 5 cents for each other.
Between this, the Fine Brothers incident recently with the whole React fiasco, and tons of people were getting hit with strikes just a month ago. It feels like YouTube's kind of shit in the bed right now.
Well, because the system's been put in place, and it's stacked against us because we're guilty until proven innocent. That's one thing. We are guilty until we prove our innocence. And even then, if we wish to correct our mistake, we're not allowed to, because we're not allowed to download the copyrighted video and fix it.
You can't take
so
the
unless
file
we
and
still have
fix
a
it.
copy on our hard drive, can't do anything.
I mean, yeah, I've got a wonderful external, but it's already filled up with other stuff. So
I've only got 3 terabytes of total storage space, and 711 videos later, I'm pretty sure that would eat all of my storage space.
All of your storage space, yeah, exactly.
I only keep the videos I put up for 24 hours. Once I realize they aren't claimed, once I make sure there's no copyright issue, I can just freely download them whenever I need them. That's how I've always done it.
Right.
And now apparently they can go back and claim videos from almost a year ago.
I don't know if you've watched Nostalgia Critic's video.
I did
on this. I've got to say I'm 100% behind what Doug's saying. These companies that make these claims need to have responsibility for claims that get countered, for filing false claims. You very clearly got music that's flagged as something that it's not even. Yakety Sax is not the Imperial March.
No. Yakety Sax is not Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, excuse me. But yeah, how how do you even confuse those two things?
I don't even know.
And even if it's a bot,
I've got a version of You've Got a Friend in Me that Jingles uses, and Jingles has no problems.
but
And it is being flagged by 4 different people as an Asian song. And the only reason I know, and I'm not being racist, but it's in, get this one, it's in North Korean, is the claimant, as far as the title of the song. When I plug it into Google Translate, it comes back as Korean Northern.
what the fuck?
And it says
Wait a minute. How
Calloway.
can North Korea even fucking send out copyright strikes?
I don't even know. But
when,
this gets even more hilarious. It says it's made by Liz Calloway, Gilbert Gottfried, Brad Kane.
Well, Gilbert Gottfried's a sin that you don't want to put on anyone's ears, but
You ready for this? This is Jingles uses this song in many of his videos.
okay, what do we got? That's You Got a Friend in Me.
That is You Got a Friend in Me. I will give them that. However,
But
none of
it's
these
sure
artists do this song.
But it's sure as fuck not North Korean.
It's sure as hell not North Korean. And if you want spite purposes for all of this, it sure as hell is not by Liz Calloway, Gilbert Gottfried, or Brad Kane.
No.
And on top of that, it is the same version that Jingles, who has almost 500,000 subscribers, uses in many of his songs. It's the exact same version. The reason I know it's the exact same version is because I got the file from him.
Well, and that's the thing too. My intro music, I've gone out of my way to contact the content creator and say, "Hey, can I use your music?" I have express written permission from the content creator to use their music, but even then, it's remixed stuff from the old Friday the 13th video game on NES. If whoever has the rights to Friday the 13th right now got a wild hair up their ass, they could flag my video for it. If they really wanted to. I mean, it wouldn't fly, but that would still be a content strike that I'd have to deal with. You've got a ridiculous amount for nothing!
On videos that are months old.
And what I'm trying to understand is, how are these coming up with the names that they are when it's so clearly not that content?
I don't even know.
I'm wondering if there's an algorithm in YouTube that's fucking up, if there's something going on with the content
I'm
flagging
sorry.
bots.
If there's an algorithm in YouTube that's causing 18 bots to claim the same song as something it's clearly not, then that is a
big
bad
issue.
programming error.
Yeah, exactly. And Google should be ashamed of itself.
This is just ridiculous. I'm not even that big of a channel, and most of my money isn't even made through advertisement.
Right.
Most of my stuff's made on live stream through StreamTip.
Yeah,
They
I was gonna
couldn't
say
get
it's
access to most of the money I make.
donations, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mostly donations from fans.
They're not.
I'm running a charity stream tomorrow, but
they're
I'm
not getting
afraid
shit
to now.
Yeah, well, thankfully you don't have. It doesn't seem like you have to worry too terribly much if you're like streaming on Twitch, but.
Well, that's the thing. If I was streaming on Twitch, and I put music into the stream, the only way I can download the video is to export it to YouTube.
Right, and then
The moment I export it to YouTube, they're going to copyright
it's
flag
gonna
it,
flag it. Yeah.
and then I'm not going to be able to download it and do anything with it. So I'm like, I have to create these massively creative playlists from the YouTube free audio library. And before I stream, I have to go through and check the playlist, which at this point has 40 songs on it, to make sure they're all still in the library and nobody's actually put a claim on them.
That's crazy.
That's the only way I can play music during my live streams now. And I'm like, this is stupid. This is pure stupidity. You would think the music artist would want their music aired.
You would think, but well, I mean, we've got people like Kanye who's like, nobody gets this album unless you go here. So, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. The problem is it all falls into the copyright system. The copyright system on the whole has been fucked. It's been fucked since Disney freaked out that they were going to lose Mickey Mouse. You know,
It's been screwed since that. There's other screw ups that I was just surprised when I woke up when I'm uploading my videos tonight and I suddenly have 40 emails from YouTube and I go, what the? You've had a copyright claim. What?
yeah, you have 80 copyright claims. Have fun.
I'm like, none of these videos even came out recently. Where did this come from?
Yeah.
Who's the jackass?
Yeah, I think we know who the jackass is. Whoever's making these copyright claims, but the only way that this system is going to get resolved is if we as content creators band together and fight back against this, because otherwise they're just going to keep seeing us as the little guy.
Yeah, they are, and I don't consider you a little person when you have, like, the Nostalgia Critic has 400,000 subscribers on his channel, and he's had 3 different channels taken down over the course. You don't get almost 400,000 subscribers and you've had your channel taken down 3 times without actually being, something decent.
Yeah, exactly. Nostalgia Critic's been hit. I know Nerd's been hit before. James Rolfe.
Yeah.
Because I remember that he had a few old reviews taken down. I mean, he doesn't even do all that much content anymore. Jim Sterling's been hit by people who have just been assholes because he's said something negative about them.
I'm actually with these new claims. I have an NDA that says I can't say anything. So I have a game that I'm reviewing. Goes up Thursday morning, February 18th at 5 a.m. is when I can release the video.
Okay.
I'm reasonably sure because of what's going to be in that video, this guy is going to come after me.
Well, at least you're prepared for it.
I hate to say, I'm not going to say what game it is. I'm not going to say anything that would violate NDA, but I am going to say it's god fucking awful. And it's not a game. It's a mod / asset flip. And he's charging money for it on Steam. And he put out a few copies. And
God. Well, if Jim Sterling gets hit, you'll probably get hit too.
I actually took the time to go talk to this guy and I said, "Are you sure you want to release this? Because you gave this to me to review, and I'm going to tell you right now. Here's a long list of stuff you need to do before you release this.
It's ready
Are you
to
sure
go,
you want to release this?" He said, "Yeah, I'm releasing it Thursday." And I'm like, "Okay,
all right."
Don't get
I'm
mad.
Gonna
at
be
me
nice.
when I slap you in the head.
Yeah. Well, and again, I mean, part of what I'm looking to do with Flash Shock is horror movie reviews, and there are some god-awful horror movies. Let's be honest. And some creators know that they're god-awful. I mean, look at Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Like, it's definitely campy to be campy, but then you've got stuff like Tusk. And, oh, God. But how can I be sure that they're not going to come after me because I tear Tusk a new one? It's... God. I don't have the production budget to do what Nostalgia Critic does and do reenactments.
Yeah.
I don't have enough people to do that.
And even then, he's getting flagged for doing reenactments.
Yeah, and he's like not even using copyright music. It makes 0 sense. So it's one of the reasons that, again, I haven't done episode 2 till just now, and it's basically an emergency episode 2 because of this whole situation. But I think that at this point, I'm just gonna say fuck it and do my shit, and if I get flagged, I get flagged. But
right now, that's kind of your only choice: is do your shit. Make sure you keep. Make sure you keep a backup for at least a week. And if nothing gets said after a week, you should be okay.
I guess that's what we're gonna have to do. But you're not part of a multi-user network, are you?
I'm not part of a net. I tried to join a couple networks, and they wanted me to turn off fan funding and stream tip, and I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
Freedom Network wanted me to do that, and another network that just started up was like, we can't have you have fan funding on. And I'm like, well, you're not going to get me then.
yeah. Well, because they want their cut, so
Yeah, and I'm like,
not happening.
not very good.
So, yeah, just guys, I don't know what else to say other than we need to bring this to the attention of somebody, and the more that it gets talked about, the more attention that gets drawn to it. When people are getting claimed, I mean, this video might get claimed for the few seconds
For the little clips I put
that
in that
you
are less
play,
than 10 seconds.
that are less than 10 seconds, terrible quality, and whatever. If it gets flagged, it gets flagged, whatever. I'm not making money on this. And I think the worst that they can do is monetize it themselves. In which case, good fucking luck, because episode 1 of my podcast literally only has 15 views. So whatever.
Good luck with this.
I know, right? So, just get behind everybody.
So I'm fully prepared for this to boil down into the absolute stupid of the stupid before we get anywhere with it, because it's probably going to get absolutely retarded.
May we live in interesting times, as the Chinese say, and we're certainly in interesting times right now.
This is the internet. That's why we have net neutrality. That's why we have fair use. That's why we have Creative Commons.
Despite everyone trying to destroy those. Yeah, it's why things are the way they are, and this is working to tear down those foundations, because if we can't create our videos, where's your content going to come from, guys?
Exactly.
You like watching Nostalgia Critic? Well, he's not going to be around for much longer if this shit keeps happening.
If I stopped using music in my videos a long time ago, and I'm just now getting claims on it.
Yeah. Well, like you said, these are months old.
The earliest one is July 21st. It's February 16th. February 17th
Where were they half a year ago?
I don't even know. And one of these videos is from the very first week I started broadcasting YouTube last year.
Yeah, that's just absolutely insane.
That is literally 1, 2, 3 weeks away from being a year old on that video, and you just now claimed it. The hell?
I know. All right. Well, I've said about all I can say on the topic, but
my advice to everyone: keep a copy of your video. If it gets flagged, make the current one private, and remove the flagged content, re-upload, and tell your users that the old one has been flagged. Put like an annotation that says the old video was flagged and I had to remove content, and they'll understand.
Yeah. Because honestly, if I'm looking at somebody's video and they're like, "Hey, this happened. This is a re-upload." I'm like, "Okay, fine, cool. At least I still get to see the content."
And also, what you're doing by keeping the video private is you're spiting the person who copyrighted it, because basically it means that they've now copyright claimed a video no one will ever see.
No one will ever see.
And you just leave it there as a permanent screw you.
Well, now, here's a question that I have. If you take a video like that and you make it private, does it still... It's still going to count against you, though, right?
They're copyright claims. They're not strikes.
Okay, not strikes. Right.
So, since it's not a strike, it doesn't affect my channel in any way, shape, and form, except that one video gets monetized by the claimant. So, rather than me taking the time to file a dispute with, what is this? On this one video, 18 different disputes. Because it's basically what's going to happen is I'm going to file a dispute. I'm going to have to prove my case. and then there's 18 different people who have 30 days to rebuttal it.
And it is for sure 18 like different names coming up on that. Like it's not the same group flagging you multiple times.
It's SPA_CS, Sony ATV Publishing, Cash, UMPI, OSA_CS, CMA. I don't even know what these initials stand for.
They're probably third parties that are all hired by somebody.
One of them is from WWE Music Publishing.
Wait, which what's the content that's flagged?
The same song by Kesha.
It's the Kesha song. How can WWE flag that? I'm 95% sure that like none of their wrestlers'
sure
intros have
claim here might be Cobalt Music Publishing, and that's assuming that they actually change it to claim the correct song. That's the only one here I see that might have a relation to Kesha, and even then, they need to actually flag it for what it is.
Right, not whatever.
Not this music, not this orchestrated turn to dubstep music composition called Warrior. They need to flag it for what it is.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, hopefully you get this all settled out and this doesn't impact you too much, and hopefully down the line you don't see many more of these claims, but
hopefully not. I mean, I haven't had music on my videos in a long time because
God hoping that you don't get any strikes, because that will just be a nightmare.
If I get a strike, my reaction is going to be I will file a dispute and say I'm taking the video down.
Yeah.
And just once they give me permission to take the video down, I'll delete it and I'll never put it up again, and it'll just be gone. I mean, it sucks that I'm just going to lose content like that. It's just going to be gone.
But it's the safest route.
It's the safest route because I'm not going to bother having to fight them. I'm not large enough to fight somebody, really.
Which is unfortunate because we should just be protected.
They should have to prove it to us. They should have to
here
prove
we're
that
guilty
we
until
up.
proven innocent, when it should be the other way around. And Google has just allowed that to persist, and something needs to change. Something's got to give, or someone at some point is going to make another service. That's really the only way I see this going, is either Google changes shit or another service gets created that protects its content creators.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that can happen, or content's just going to vanish. Well, thanks a lot for appearing on the podcast, and I'll definitely link to your videos down below. Guys, go check her out. She's awesome.
I'm a little crazy, and I get a little ragey sometimes. But I will hug you, kiss you, and slap you, not necessarily in that order.
All right. Well, by all means, if you ever want to join me on the podcast in the future, let me know. I don't know how into horror you are, but that's my thing over here. So
anytime, particularly around this hour, I'm uploading at this hour. So as soon as the uploads are done, I can join you, no problem.
Awesome. Well, you take care, and I'll talk to you a little later.
Talk to you then.
Bye. So yeah, this is an issue, guys. Thanks to Fioria for appearing on the podcast, and all of those claims. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. This shouldn't be happening. So please, go ahead, let us, get the word out. Hashtag WTFU. Hashtag WTFU. Where's the fair use? Because clearly, it's a forgotten law at this point, and that needs to stop. All right, guys. Well, this has been Flash Frame in a totally impromptu, very unprofessional video. Thanks for checking me out. Like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully I'll have a new video out that's more horror themed. in the coming days. But yeah, so take it easy, and I'll see you guys soon on the next Flash Shock podcast. Peace out.